The lonely path of deep thinkers. Have you ever noticed that the more deeply you think, the more alone you sometimes feel? The more you try to understand life and its patterns, the fewer people seem willing to listen. If this sounds familiar, it's not just in your head. History shows us that society often resists its deepest thinkers, not because they are wrong, but because they notice truths that others prefer to ignore. From Socrates questioning the very foundation of Athens, to Galileo peering into the cosmos, to Tesla dreaming of a world beyond imagination, brilliant minds have often been ridiculed, doubted, or dismissed, and not because they lacked intelligence, but because their thoughts made people uncomfortable. German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once said that intelligence can feel like a curse. The clearer you see the world, the more isolated you become. But why? Why does deep thinking often lead to loneliness? Why deep thinkers are avoided? The answer lies in human psychology. When you meet someone physically stronger than you usually feel admiration. When you meet someone richer, you might feel envy, but rarely threatened. But when you meet someone whose mind is sharper, it feels different. Psychologists call this the mirror effect. Deep thinkers don't just share ideas, they reflect the limits of those around them. Their presence alone reminds others of the questions they haven't asked and the truths they might be avoiding. Most people don't like this feeling. It's easier to dismiss or ignore a thinker than to face uncomfortable ideas. The ego's quiet defense. Humans are wired to protect their identity. Physical strength or wealth is external. But our beliefs, our ideas, they are who we are. When someone challenges them or simply sees deeper than we do, it can feel like a personal attack, even if no words are spoken. This is why so many deep thinkers throughout history became isolated. They didn't withdraw out of arrogance. They were quietly pushed aside by a world that seeks comfort over truth. Modern loneliness for thinkers. Today, the challenge is even greater. We live in an age of short attention spans and surface-level conversations. Social media rewards what is simple, emotional, and viral, not what is nuanced or thought-provoking. A charismatic influencer who tells people what they want to hear will always reach more ears than a quiet thinker who asks the questions that truly matter. And for those who crave meaningful dialogue, the world can feel lonely. But isolation doesn't mean you are wrong. It often means you are seeing the world as it really is, while others are still looking away. A reflection for deep thinkers. If you've ever shared a meaningful idea in casual conversation and been met with silence, you know this feeling. If you've ever watched people quickly change the subject when things get real, you've experienced it. It's not your failure, it's human nature. Our ancestors survived by fitting in with the tribe. Thinking differently could mean rejection, and for early humans, rejection could mean death. That survival instinct is still inside us, making society favor comfort over clarity. The gift of solitude. So what should a deep thinker do? You could hide your ideas to fit in, or you could keep thinking, keep questioning, and accept that solitude is part of the journey. The truth is, your clarity is a gift. It may separate you from the crowd, but it also allows you to see what most cannot. And if you can carry that gift with courage, you might inspire others to think a little deeper, to pause a little longer, to question just enough to open the door to truth. Because in a world built on distraction and comfort, the rarest act of courage is to keep thinking.